By now, you know that everyone has values, but we don't always know exactly what our values are until we take time to really explore them. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to guide you through an exercise where you get the opportunity to really explore your own values. So for this exercise, you'll need a pen and a piece of paper. So grab pen and paper, and once you're ready, I want you to then write down the 7 most important things or values that you have in your life. So it can be things that you think are important to have a lot of, such as joy or success, or things that you think there should be a lot of in the world, such as honesty or cooperation. Or it can be actual things, such as family or football. So I want you to now take 3 minutes, not more than that, to think about, reflect, and then write down the 7 most important things or values in your life. So pause the video and go ahead. So now you've written down the 7 most important values or things in your life. So all the words in front of you are values. And these 7 are probably your most important values at the moment. Now, I want to challenge you. I'm going to give you 20 seconds to remove 2 of these 7 values that you think are least important. So it's really not much time. You won't have time to think it through. So just trust your gut feeling and remove 2 of the 7 values that you think are least important. All right? Your 20 seconds start now. And time is up. So now you should have 5 values in front of you. And I'm going to give you another 20 seconds to remove the 2 of these 5 values that you think are least important. So just as last time, you won't have time to think it through. Just trust your gut feeling and remove the 2 of these 5 values that you think are least important. So your 20 seconds start now. And time is up. So now you have 3 values left in front of you. And since you've reduced them in several rounds, these 3 are probably some of your core values. So the 3 most important things for you in your life at the moment. And becoming aware of our most important values, our core values, is really important, because it's only once we are aware of them and define them that we can actually make decisions that move us in the direction we want to. So now I want you to look at these 3 values and choose one of them. So it doesn't matter which one, just pick the first one that stands out to you. And now I want you to ask yourself, what do you do or how do you act to have that value in your life? So let me give you an example. Let's say you've written down the value respect. So what is it that you do, or how do you act to have respect in your life? Maybe it's when meeting other people, you act in a way that you think shows them respect. Or maybe as a football coach, it's about talking about respect with your players and about what it means. Or maybe it's about respecting yourself. So perhaps saying no when someone asks you to do something that you don't have the time or interest or energy for at the moment. Or to give you another example, let's say you've written down friends. So then think about, what is it in your friendships that you really value? Maybe it's feeling emotionally close to your friends, or feeling love and belonging. Or maybe it's having friendships where you feel seen and supported. So if that's the case, then ask yourself, what do I do or how do I act to have friendships where I feel seen and supported? Maybe it's about prioritizing and taking time for the friends that do see you and make you feel seen and supported. Or maybe it's about telling your friends that are close to you when you really need their support. Making an effort to be there for your friends when they need you, just as you want them to be there for you. So, as you can see, behind values that are formulated as concrete actual things, such as friends or family or football, are often universal values such as respect, love, belonging, health, or well-being. And as leaders, this is really important to think about and understand, since as leaders we need to base our values-based leadership on spreading universal values and not on spreading symbols or actual expressions of values, since it has to be up to each person how they actually want to live their lives. For example, one leader might say that one of their most important values is God. So think about what that really means. What the leader really values is what their religion or their God advocates or gives them, such as respect, love, or a community where one takes care of each other, rather than the God itself being important, right? So understanding this difference between the universal values behind the symbols or expressions of the values is really important, because it's only then you can spread values such as respect or love to other people without forcing your own lifestyle onto them, such as believing in a specific God or religion. So identifying your core values, what these values mean to you, and how you actually do them, so how they influence your opinions, your attitudes, and your actions, allows you to actively use them in your leadership and in your life. And remember, as a leader, values-based leadership should be based on spreading universal values and not symbols or expressions of the values. In that way, you can influence and empower your players to act based on their values and what feels right and good for them in life.